I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, we're unveiling the powerful story of Samah Unveiled by Samah Jebbari. From the streets of Tunisia to the promise of Canada, Samah shares her harrowing journey from being forced to wear the veil at 7 through an abusive marriage to her political asylum. Her memoir is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, revealing the inner and outer struggles to break free from oppressive chains and find self-liberation. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today on Spotlight. We thank the team at Sweet Spire Literature Management for helping us put her in the spotlight today. And we ask viewers like you to support authors like her by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing her amazing book. The links are below this interview. Samah, great to see you here today on Spotlight.
Thank you for having me, Logan. I can't express myself how grateful and how happy I am to be in your show.
Well, I'm delighted to have you here. You're a very brave woman. You're sharing your story publicly. What inspired you to finally share your deeply personal story with the world?
Oh my God, I didn't have any intention to share it with the world. Like was my way to heal myself, my way to go after I was like in hell, and I said
Mhm.
like how can I heal, how can I save myself to save my kids. And
Yeah.
then I started writing. Like maybe what it's a discovery for me to realize that I can write and express myself, because I'm a teacher. I'm a high school French teacher, and I'm academic, like I'm doing my PhD. So writing a paper, academic paper, was easy for me, but expressing myself and saying how down I am was I was the person actually to always put a veil on my emotions and say
Mhm.
everything is good, everything is perfect. I know how to figure it out. And then when I was like I can't anymore. Like I was seeing how God can take me from this life, and how
Yeah.
like the death was a gift
Yeah.
at that moment. So then, and when I look at my three children at that time, now they are old enough,
Yeah.
and I say like, no, no, I can't be selfish and just hope to die. I
Yeah.
need just like to live for them. I live to know who I am exactly. How can I love myself? Because I didn't exist. That was my the why of my book. Like I was just like I didn't expect any publishing or anyone to read my book. I was
Mhm.
writing my book for myself, and writing my book like to give power to boost my myself,
Yeah.
and to stay alive.
Well, it took a lot of courage to do what you did, both by writing the book and by making the changes in your life that you did. Can you tell us about that pivotal moment when you decided to remove your veil and break free from your chains?
Wasn't something easy to do, and I didn't think too much about this, and wasn't only about removing the veil, was about removing any and unleash my power, was about removing any old belief that was holding me back.
Mhm.
And the veil was only the only visible symbol
Yeah.
that, but was deeper than that. Than removing a veil was removing all my my fear, removing all my like the self-doubt, and the it wasn't only about the veil. Like it was about all bad, you know all the brain.
Basically
Like I
asserting
was
yourself as a
brainstorm.
person, right?
Yeah, yeah. Seriously, like wasn't the veil. The veil maybe was the last thing that I was thinking about, because even when I was veiled, I was a spokesperson. I was politically, like I was involved in the Canadian society. So I was spokesperson in the Canadian Muslim Forum. So I was like I was beautiful even with the veil. Wasn't for me like a sign of that I'm submissive, or no. I give to the veil another expression, but I wasn't myself. even
Right.
though like I was putting the veil of courage, the veil of the confident woman, even though like, I wasn't. I was
Yeah.
scared. I was just like showing someone who wasn't my authentic me. And
Yeah.
then when I removed the veil, I said like I want to say the truth. I want to
Mhm.
be truthful. I
Yeah.
I don't want to lie anymore. When I'm vulnerable, I have to say like I want to cry. I
Yeah.
want to scream. And I this is it. Wasn't only about the veil. And I
Yeah.
remember one time before removing the veil, um at that summer, like 2017, my kids, they left with their father to on a trip, and then I was by myself at home, and I have a pool,
Mhm.
so I jumped in the pool and I was screaming in the water, in
Yeah.
just like to don't scream loudly, like I was screaming, like was for me a release. And then
Amazing.
I said like, what I have, like why I'm doing this. And I started asking myself, asking universe, because I look at the sky and I say, God, why I'm like this? Why I'm like, I don't want to play the victim, and I didn't
Right.
play the victim at that time also, but I said like I need a change. What I have to be? I want to be myself. That's
Yeah.
it. Like as easy as it is. Like I didn't ask for
Yeah.
a lot. Like I just remove it like this, and I expected that everyone will be shocked because I was like in my community like a public figure. So oh my God, like the spokesperson of the Canadian Muslim Forum took off the veil, and
Yeah.
my family, they were like proud of me at that time. Like, yeah, I'm a single mom, but I'm strong. I'm a single mom, but I'm like invincible. Like for them,
Mm.
like I don't have any emotions. Like I meant to be strong, and that's it. Like, and they need to be proud of me, and how they can be proud of me, like to be their education is the right one, but wasn't the right
Right.
education, because was about just like uh, showing to the world that this is the only way to do things. And I said like, no, there's many ways, and I can't only think
Mhm.
about me because I was 40 at that time. And I
Mhm.
said like, it's not only me. If I liberate myself, I liberate my two daughters, because at that time they imitated me and I was veiled. So then they were young, but they put the veil. And I said, it's not only me. I I'll be, responsible of their future, of their life, because they didn't think at that time, they don't know what is veiled or not veiled.
Yeah.
So I thought about them before even thinking about me. And since that moment, I can't say that everything is easy in my life, in a way that I I took the decision to I'm the decision maker, and that's it. Like everything is easy after that. When you choose yourself, everything become aligned,
Yeah.
and this is what happened.
Amazing. Well, I'm glad the pieces into place when you made that bold move. What challenges did you face when seeking political asylum and adapting to life in Canada?
Oh my God, was a big move, even thinking to move from Tunisia to here. And I
Mm.
was the oldest of my family. When I moved in 99,
Mm.
and my dad was in a jail, and my
Mm.
mom was a sick woman. She's like she can't, without her husband, she can't do anything. So she give up, and I took her responsibility. I became the mother of my brothers and sisters, and the one who said like, oh yeah, my mom is sick, I take care of her. My brothers and sisters, they are young, I take care of them.
Mm.
And since the age of maybe 13, 14, I was older than myself, so I wasn't teenager. I
Right.
I didn't have any of the girly dreams to have a boyfriend, or to dream like, oh yeah, I want to put makeup, or no. I was just like about, okay, how can I help my mother? How can I
Right.
give because all my like my from my mother's side, they hated my father because of him, like we were in that situation, like no income, no money, and in Tunisia was no one want to come in our house because everyone can be related to this family that they are like the father is in the jail because of his political ideas. So no one want to come close to us. And when I was 18, I was brilliant at school. And then one of my friends told me, "Oh yeah, we were going to Canada for a student trip." I was at my first year university. And I said, like, how it comes, like how you do this, and I started searching. I started like I went to many companies and say like, if you can give me money, you give money, and it's like helping a student to go to trip, school trip,
Yeah.
whatever. And it was crazy way to do things, but I said like I can do it. Like I was far away from Canada. Like I don't know
Mm.
nothing about that.
Yeah.
And then my like ex-husband at
Hmm.
that time said, okay, maybe I can help my family because he came from a rich family. And then any long story short, like we made it and we came here to Canada. And we arrived here, like the school covered 1 week, and 1 week was in best Western hotel in downtown Montreal. And after that, like my ex-husband at that time they're like, oh my god, this is it's cold here, we can't live here, like no, because he has a beautiful life in Tunisia. So me, I said I can eat the snow but never going back to Tunisia.
Wow.
So I was asking, and I went to Lacolle, which is the border between Canada and the
Hmm.
States. I said like, my dad is in a jail and I'm in danger. My family's in danger in Tunisia and I don't want to go back.
Yeah.
So from that moment, even because when we came as a husband, and even though like we were students, but like I was
Right.
20, 21 when I came here. And he was shocked because all of a sudden I became strong. I became like, you want to go back, go back. Me, I'm
Right.
here. I'm staying here. And I didn't give up. My goal was my family. How can I help my family there? My dad
Yeah.
still is in the jail. So I was in a refugee here in Canada, and I was working, and I paid my lawyer. And my ex-husband at the time was depressed because, oh my God, I can't work here. Like his family
Mm.
kept sending him money.
Mm.
And then problems between us started from the beginning because we were different. I'm
Mhm.
resilient. I'm about like just like goal oriented, and he is, no, my life is beautiful there. I have to go
Mm.
there. And he started gambling, and he started like, and I was young, and I was all about the family. So I didn't even give up on him. I said like, we can go through every challenges, whatever. Like we stayed together for 13 years. But how I got like my residency, and I met one of my dad's friends here in Canada, and he said like the International Amnesty wrote a paper one day about your dad, and he
Mm.
gave me the referral. So when I did my research and I give it to the lawyer, after like 4 weeks, I got my, like, was the true story. Like I wasn't
Wow.
lying, or so they said like, congratulations, here you are accepted here to stay here in Canada. And it was
Amazing.
my first challenge, and I said like, this is just the beginning. And
Yeah.
then
Well, you're a
it,
very determined woman, and that's what it takes to get ahead in this world. That's what it takes to survive. That's what it takes to assert yourself and find your true voice, your true face, and be yourself. And we're so happy that you had that power within you to emigrate from Tunisia to Canada and claim asylum, rightfully so, and thankful that Amnesty International had written that paper on your father because it was so helpful. The name of the book is Samah Unveiled. It's an incredible story. It would actually even make an incredible movie. So Hollywood, if you're listening, Samah Jebbari's story is just incredible. It takes you from the streets of Tunisia to the promise of Canada. And Samah shares her harrowing journey from being forced to wear a veil at 7 through an abusive marriage to her political asylum, which you just heard about just now. Samah, thank you so much for joining us here today on Spotlight.
My great pleasure, Logan. Like it's a turning point for me to meet you today.
Well, I had a true pleasure meeting you as well. And to the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time on Spotlight.